Good afternoon, one and all. We have taken 6 to 7 lectures from last week for our unit number 1 and the unit number 3rd. But we have taken only offline classes. We have not conducted the online classes. So from this lecture, we will continue with the online classes only. Okay, for this lecture, I will continue with the revision from the unit number 1 and unit number 3rd. Okay, so first I will tell you about the syllabus which is included in this site in this subject, that is the Sdmb, that is the seismic design of multi-storied building. Okay, in this seismic design of multi-storied building, there are the 6 units. In the section number 1, there are the 3 units, and in the section number 2, there are the 3 units. Okay, concern, there is a 70 marks subject. This is 70 marks and semester exam. This subject 25 marks ICA is there and 30 marks ISE will be scheduled to you. Okay, based on this you will get marks for this subject, that is Sdmb, on an average about the 100 marks. So in last lecture we have finished the unit number 1 as well. We started the unit number 3rd. I will today in this lecture will brief about the unit number 1. What is earthquake engineering? What are the fundamentals of earthquake engineering? What is the terminology of earthquake engineering? What is liquefaction? Okay, what is seismic waves? That all parameters we have completed in the offline classes. But for the online classes, we will take the revision of this, and henceforth we will continue with respect to the unit number 3rd. Okay, so first I will discuss here what is the earthquake engineering. So what is the earthquake engineering? So earthquake engineering or earthquake, what is the earthquake? So earthquake, it is a shaking of the surface of the earth crust and resulting from a sudden release of energy in the earth lithosphere that create the seismic waves. Means when earthquake is occur in terms of the seismic waves, means when these waves are produced at that time, what will be happen? The shaking or the movement of the earth crust will be occur, and that movement is nothing but a earthquake. Okay, shaking of earth or the movement of the earth, that is nothing but a earthquake. Okay, and why this earthquake is occur, or what are the problems, that all parameters we'll see in the next slide only. Okay, so what is the total earthquake engineering? It is one of the interdisciplinary branch of engineering that design, analyze the structure such as the building, bridges with earthquake in mind, and its overall goal is to make the structure a more resistance to the earthquake. Means what is the motto of this earthquake engineering? The motto of the earthquake engineering is that we have to make a structure which will be helpful to resist the dynamic loads which are coming on the structure. Okay, so that is the motto. Means we have to achieve a building, we have to make the building which will be resist the dynamic which are coming on the structures. That building should be resist all the forces. Wind forces असतील, earthquake forces असतील, तर त्याला आपल्याला काय करायचं? We have to resist the building, and such a parameters we have to assume, and we have to, by assuming such a parameters, we can make the building as a earthquake resistant building with the help of some parameters, with the help of some earthquake IS codes. Okay, so that is the definition of earthquake. Earthquake is nothing but it is a shaking of earth crust. Okay, shaking or the movement of the earth crust. Second thing is that what is earthquake engineering? Earthquake engineering, it is one of the branch of engineering. It is an interdisciplinary branch which will be helpful to analyze, to design the building with a different bridges also it will be designed, and its overall goal, what is its overall goal? The structure should be become a earthquake resistant structure. Okay, am I audible to Suhas? Gayatri, am I audible?
Yes, madam.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, already, okay, for offline classes, already we have covered the syllabus. For you only, I am taking the revision. Okay, so earthquake is nothing but it is a ground shaking, and whatever the ground shaking, because of the dynamic loads, whatever the shaking or the movement of the earth crust is occur with a sudden release of energy is nothing but a earthquake engineering. Okay, earthquake engineering class आपण काय म्हणतो? Seismology. and that's why the name comes as a seismic wave. Okay, what is this seismic waves? These waves are produces shaking of earth crust म्हणजेच काय, शेकिंग कधी होणार आहे ग्राउंडचं किंवा मुवमेंट कधी होणार आहे, at the time of the seismic waves are created, and these waves only shake the earth, okay, in terms of movements, and that movements is nothing but a earthquake. Okay, and after that there is a earthquake engineering. Earthquake engineering, what is it? It is a interdisciplinary branch of engineering that design, that analyze the structure such as buildings, bridges with earthquake in mind, and its overall goal is to make the such a structures more resistant to the earthquake. Means the basic goal is that we have to make a structure as resistant to the different dynamic loads. Okay, that should be become resistant about the different types of the load. That is the our basic goal. काय केलं पाहिजे आपल्या स्ट्रक्चर ना, जितका पण अर्थक्वेक जरी आला तर त्या अर्थक्वेकला काय केलं पाहिजे, त्या डायनामिक लोडला रेजिस्ट केलं पाहिजे, आणि आहे असं आपलं स्ट्रक्चर जे आहे ते उभं राहिलं पाहिजे. त्या ठिकाणी कोलॅप्स काही नाही झालं पाहिजे, डिस्टर्बन्स त्या ठिकाणी क्रिएट नाही झाला पाहिजे. अशा टाइपचे आपल्याला बिल्डिंग काय करायचे, वी हॅव टू make a such a building which will resist the all the types of the dynamic loads. It will resist the earthquake loads. Seismology म्हणजे काय, what is the seismology? earthquake engineering लाच आपण काय म्हणतो तर seismology असं म्हणतो. seismology it is nothing but a study of earthquake. जो काही स्टडी आपण earthquake करणार आहोत त्यालाच आपण काय म्हणणार आहोत तर seismology असं म्हणणार आहोत. It is a part of study of earthquake engineering. So it is known as a seismology. It is a part of study of earthquake engineering, that is the seismology. In the form of propagation of waves. आता propagation of waves म्हणजे काय, there waves which are created because of earthquake is known as a seismic wave. The waves which are created because of the earthquake only, that waves are nothing but a seismic waves. तर वेव्स कुठल्या कुठल्या टाइपचे असतात, तर वेव्स आहेत तर त्या दोन टाइपचे वेव्ह असतात. वन इज नथिंग बट it is a body wave and second one is the surface wave. Body wave which are produced in the earth crust. Body कुठं जमिनीमध्ये ज्या बॉडी अर्थ क्रस्ट मध्ये ज्या डेव्हलप होणाऱ्या ज्या वेव्स आहेत, that is nothing but a body waves. And surface waves which are on the surface of earth crust. Means there are the two types of the waves. Waves which are created in the earth crust, body of the earth crust, that are nothing but a body waves. And surface waves means which are created on the surface of the earth crust. त्यालाच आपण काय म्हणलेलं या ठिकाणी propagation of the elastic waves through the earth. Okay, that is the study of earthquake. Study of earthquake मध्ये तुमचं काय येणार आहे, what is nothing but a what is earthquake, earthquake च्या terminologies, again seismic waves and which type of the waves are created, that all parameters will be come into that picture. Okay, about the seismology. The field, this field also includes what type of the part will be included into this. The field also includes the studies of earthquake, environmental effects, tsunamis, as well as the diverse seismic sources such as volcanic, tectonic, oceanic, atmospheric, artificial process such as explosions. In the earthquake engineering, where are the different sources where the earthquake is occur? Okay, that all parameters, that all study is included in this earthquake engineering. Means these are the factors which are considered because of this tectonic or oceanic, atmospheric, artificial processes, explosion, या सगळ्यांच्या थ्रू काय होऊ शकतं तर earthquake होऊ शकतो. And so that we have to consider this all the parameters in this earthquake engineering parameter. Again, a related field uses geology to infer the information regarding past earthquakes is a paleoseismology. तर काय बघा आपल्याला, for the making the building as a earthquake resistant building, we have to study the past earthquake. जेव्हा आपण past earthquake चा जेव्हा आपण अभ्यास करू तेव्हा आपल्याला काय मिळेल तर we can get a information about how to build the structure and we can achieve the building as a earthquake resistant building. So such a types of the information is known as a paleoseismology. Means old जे earthquake होऊन गेलेले आहेत त्या old earthquake चा आपल्याला काय करायचंय, स्टडी करायचंय. Means different types of the earthquake, their time, their magnitude, their intensity. Means predominant earthquakes in India which are occur. Okay, that information, that past earthquake information we should know, and based on this we can make the judgment about the factors that are related to the how to make the structure as a earthquake resistant structure. Okay, next one is the engineering seismology. So what is this engineering seismology? It is the study and application of seismology for engineering purposes. It generally applied to the branch of seismology that deals with the assessment of seismic hazard of site or region of the purposes of the earthquake engineering. Okay, you understand each and every region, there is a different regions over here in the world, but in some regions there are the earthquakes are more, in some regions earthquake are less. Okay, why this is? Because there is a geological factors that will become in the picture. Okay, जिओलॉजिकल फॅक्टर, मग त्यामध्ये काही ठिकाणी अर्थक्वेक मोस्ट प्रमाणामध्ये होतात, कोकण रिजन मध्ये मोठ्या प्रमाणामध्ये अर्थक्वेक होतात, तर त्या ठिकाणी काही पॅरामीटर्स असतील तर अशा रिजन मध्ये वी हॅव टू टेक केअर अबाउट द parameters which will be helpful to reduce the dynamic loads. Okay, and that is the असं त्यासाठी आपल्याला काय करावं लागेल, वी हॅव टू असिस्ट द पास्ट अर्थक्वेक, अँड सो बेस्ड ऑन दिस विल गेट द जजमेंट अबाउट द इन विच एरिया देर आर दी मोर अर्थक्वेक्स. Okay, and so by studying this earthquake engineering, by studying this seismological study, we can put some factors and that will be helpful to reduce the seismic hazard on the site, on the construction site for the different structures also. Okay, so we'll study the first point is there is a different types of the layers of the earth crust. Okay, so you should know the interior of the earth crust. Interior of earth crust means there is our earth is divided into the three main layer. Okay, one is the core, second one is the mantle, and third one is the crust. Crust is the topmost part of our world or earth. Okay, inner core means this is the inner portion, that is the inner core. Again, after that core there is a second layer, that is the mantle, and the earth crust, that is topmost layer, that is the crust. Okay, so based on these three layers, there are the three layers. Our earth crust is divided into the three layers that you should know. The three layers are crust, second one is the mantle, and third one is the core. Okay, again these three are again divided into the inner core, outer core, inner mantle and outer mantle, and the last one is the crust. Okay, so how they are decided? Okay, so at the time of the larger time, there is a in the three there is a long time ago a large collection of material masses was killed to form the earth. Means at the time of the formation of earth crust, there are the materials, which are the materials which are distributed in the three layers. How they are distributed? They are distributed with a density, with a specific gravity. ज्याची स्पेसिफिक ग्रॅव्हिटी जास्त आहे, ज्याचं डेन्सिटी वेट जास्त आहे, ते मटेरियल काय झालेलं आहे तर ऍट द कोअरला काय झालेलं आहे तर डिपॉझिट झालेलं आहे, दॅट इज द at the core side. So based on this the layer form, that is the core layer. After that, in the mantle, second layer is the mantle layer. So in that mantle layer there are the liquid and liquid like oil, again oil type of the material, water type of the material, they are stored into the second layer, that is the mantle layer. And in the topmost layer, that is the crust, the material which having the weight is less, that are coming on the top of the surface of the earth crust. So in this way, based on this weight, based on this density, based on this specific gravity, this all the layers are distributed. Means the material which having the weight is more, that are collected at the core side, at the inner side. The material like oil material, water material, they are collected at the mantle layer. And on the top there is on the top the material which having the weight is less, that material are coming on the top of the earth crust, that is the crust layer. Okay, in this way there are the three layers and our earth crust is divided into these three. And when this form long time ago, a large collection of material masses which are co-sealed and form the earth, and this formation of earth crust is into the three layers. Okay, so you should know these three layers. Okay, inner core, outer core, and the inner core, outer core, again mantle, and the in the topmost is the crust. Okay, in depth, that is that much not important for you. Okay, again there are the different types of the plate tectonics. You should know the plate boundaries. Okay, there are the 7 plates, major 7 plates are there in our world. Okay, so based on this there are the different plate boundaries. So what they are, what are the different types of the plate boundaries you should know. There are the first one is the convergent boundary, second one is the divergent boundary, and third one is the transform boundary. So how they are distributed, these boundaries. Okay, on the world there are the 7 plate tectonics are over there, major plates. Major boundaries are 7. So based on this there are the distribution has been made with a major and the minor boundaries. Okay, and there are the convergent boundary, divergent boundary, and the transform boundary. So what is the difference between these three? First one is the convergent. You can see the picture number 1. In this convergent boundary, second one is the divergent boundary, and third one is the transform boundary. So you can see the first case is about the divergent boundary. You can see this picture, figure number 1, which is showing as a divergent boundary. Divergent means what? So two boundaries are moving away from each other, and that is showing in the picture number 1. Okay, and whenever these two boundaries are moving away from each other, at that time there will be a त्या ठिकाणी काय दिसणार आहे तुम्हाला, दरी टाईपचं पोर्शन दिसेल, कारण दे आर मुव्हिंग अवे फ्रॉम इच अदर. सडन जे चेंजेस असणार आहेत, नॅचरल चेंजेस इन द अर्थ क्रस्ट दॅट आर ऑकर, अँड बिकॉज ऑफ दिस देर आर दी boundaries are moving away from each other. In second case, you can see these two boundaries. This is one, this is second. These two boundaries are moving. These two boundaries are moving towards each other. These two boundaries are moving towards each other, and because of this boundary is overlap with the other, and because of this deposition will be formed. एक बाउंड्री आहे ती दुसऱ्या बाउंड्रीवरती काय होते, कॉन्व्हर्ज होते. म्हणजे काय, एक बाउंड्री खाली जाईल, वरची दुसरी बाउंड्री वरती येईल, म्हणजे it will be converge towards each other, and because of this deposition will be formed. ओके, म्हणजे अशामुळे काय झालेलं आहे, तर डोंगर प्रदेश फॉर्म झालेले आहेत. एक बाउंड्री आहे ती दुसऱ्या बाउंड्रीवर येऊन काय होते, ओव्हरलॅप होते. ओके, दिस इज अ नेचर ऑफ अर्थ क्रस्ट ओनली, अँड बिकॉज ऑफ द डिफरंट फॅक्टर्स, because of the different factors only such a types of the conditions will be occur. That is the divergent boundary. Again second one is the convergent boundary. You can see the third picture. Though in the third picture this is a transform boundary, means in the transform boundary there is a two boundaries are there, but these two boundaries moving away from each other. Sometimes they are moving away from each other, and sometimes they are moving towards each other. These two types of the positions are here in the third position, that is the transform boundary. And because of this, what will be happen, there is a sometimes deposition and sometimes drift will be produces. Okay, so that is the third case. In the first case there is a divergent boundary, means diverge, separate from each other. In the second case, converge towards each other, means they are converging, they are coming towards each other, and that's why deposition will be produces. And in the third case there is a transform boundary, means they are transforming, means they are moving towards each other, sometimes moving away from each other. So this, whatever this case number 1, case number 2, and addition of this case number 1 and 2 will be formed into the third case, that is a transform boundary. So in this way, these are the plate boundaries over here. Okay, you can see here how this deposition is produces. You can see first case. In the first case, there is a this is whatever the lines are showing here. You can see this boundary is going down and another boundary which is going up, and because of this, there is a deposition is produces. Okay. In second case, you can see this is moving in upward in this direction, and second one is moving in this direction. Means side by side they are moving. Okay, and in third case you can see they are this divergent boundary, the boundary is moving in this direction, one is moving in this direction, that's why they are diverging from each other. Gayatri, am I audible to you? PPTs are
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
visible to. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
My
Visible.
voice is clear to you.
Yes, ma'am. Clear.
Samadhan. Samadhan.
Hello, madam.
Am I audible to you?
Okay, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. These are the three types of the boundaries: convergent, divergent, and the transform boundary. Now we'll come towards the next. Oh, you can see these are the transform boundary. This is the picture, which is this is the one boundary. This is second boundary, and they are diverging from each other. And because of this divergence, there is a this त्या ठिकाणी बघा तुम्हाला खोल खड्डा पडलेला दिसतोय. तर that is the divergence about the two boundaries. Now we'll see the terminologies of the earthquake engineering. What is the terminology of earthquake and how this terminology is produces? That parameters we have to see, and for that purpose we have to study some of the geological parameters. What is the fault, again fold, rupture? That all parameters you should know, and how they are considered here while the earthquake. Okay. In geology, these are the all the geological parameters. Geological parameter मग कशासाठी आपण बघणार आहोत, तर ज्या ठिकाणी वीक एरिया आहे, फॉल्ट आहे, रप्चर होणार आहे, ते कधी होणार आहे, तर जेव्हा अर्थक्वेक होईल तर त्या ठिकाणी इन टर्म्स ऑफ रप्चर, इन टर्म्स ऑफ फ्रॅक्चर, द सडन एनर्जी जी आहे ती काय होणार आहे, तर रिलीज होणार आहे कुठून, तर अर्थ क्रस्ट मधून. अँड बिकॉज ऑफ दिस सडन रिलीजेस ऑफ एनर्जी, earthquake energy will be released out. तर बघा, in geology a fault is a planar structure or a discontinuity in a volume of rock across which there has been significant displacement as a result of rock mass movement. Large faults within the earth crust results from the action of plate tectonic forces, with largest forming the boundaries between the plates, such as subduction zones or transform faults. Energy release associated with rapid movement on active fault is the cause of the most earthquakes. Okay, in last slide we have seen there are the three types of the boundaries. One is transform, second one is the convergent, and third one is second one is the divergent boundary. तर या ठिकाणी जे काही बॉडीचं काय होणार आहे, बॉन्ड्रीचं जे काही डायव्हर्जंट होईल, त्या ठिकाणी बॉडीचं जे काही तुमचं कन्व्हर्जन्स होणार आहे, तर त्यामुळे काय होणार आहे की एन्व्हायरमेंट मधल्या ज्या काही बॉन्ड्रीज आहेत, ओके, सम ऑफ द अर्थ क्रस्ट लेअर तो काय होणार आहे, एकामेकावरती काय होणार, डिपॉझिट होईल, काय वेळेला कन्व्हर्जंट होईल. तर याचा इफेक्ट कुठं होणार आहे, तर आपल्या रॉक वरती होणार आहे किंवा आपल्या अर्थ क्रस्ट वरती होणार आहे. मग त्यामुळे काय होऊ शकतं की मोस्ट लार्ज अमाऊंट ऑफ द स्ट्रेन एनर्जी इज स्टोअर्ड इन टू द अर्थ क्रस्ट. आता ही लार्ज अमाऊंट ऑफ एनर्जी जी स्टोअर केलेली आहे, ती स्टोअर केलेली एनर्जी कधीतरी बाहेर पडणार आहे. तर ती कशा पद्धतीने बाहेर पडू शकते, तर इन टर्म्स ऑफ द अर्थक्वेक. आणि ज्या वेळेला अर्थक्वेकच्या फॉर्म मध्ये जेव्हा ही एनर्जी बाहेर पडेल, तर त्या वेळेला काय होणार आहे, त्या ठिकाणी फॉल्ट होऊ शकतं, त्या ठिकाणी रप्चर होणार आहे. Okay, so based on this, again there are the different parameters produces, that is focus, again depth, again focal depth, that all parameters we have to study in terms of the terminology of earthquake. So now we'll study here the what are the types of the earthquakes and the faults. Okay, intraplate earthquake and interplate earthquake. तर या दोन टाइपचे earthquakes आहेत. One is the intraplate and second one is the interplate earthquake. So intraplate earthquake म्हणजे काय, the most of the earthquakes in the world occur along the boundaries of the tectonic plates are called as the interplate earthquakes. काय, तर बघा, in this most of the earthquake, inter आणि intra या दोन्हीतला फरक थोडा समजून घ्या. what is interplate and what is the intraplate earthquake. तर interplate earthquake म्हणजेच काय, with the earthquake which are the occur along the boundaries of the that is enter. तुम्हाला वाटेल की enter is nothing but at the middle side, but at the center of the boundaries, but it is different. Okay, you understand here that inter and intra, these both words are different. Okay, as per the inter name, okay, inter म्हणजे तुम्हाला काय वाटेल या ठिकाणी, it is at the center of the boundary, but it is different along the boundaries. Okay, along the boundaries of the along the boundaries of the plate tectonics earthquake is occur, that is the interplate earthquake. And what is the intraplate earthquake? A number of earthquakes also occur within the plate itself and away from the plate boundaries. Means at the center आहे त्याला आपण काय म्हणलेलं आहे? It is called as a intraplate earthquake. It is called as a intraplate earthquake which are at the center of the plate boundaries. Is it okay? Entra आणि enter यामधला फरक बघा. What is enter? Enter is nothing but along the plate boundaries. And what is the intra? At the center of the plate boundaries. That is the difference between these two. You should know what is the difference at intra and what is the difference at inter. Interplate earthquake म्हणजे काय? तर along the plate boundaries of the tectonic plates, the earthquake is occur is known as a interplate earthquake. And intraplate earthquake म्हणजे काय? Which are itself away from the plate boundaries. Okay, within the plate only. काय असणार आहे ते within the plate हे earthquake काय होतात? occur होतात. That is the intraplate earthquake, but they are away from the plate boundaries. Okay, so these are the two types of the earthquake. What is first one is the intraplate earthquake and second one is the interplate earthquake. ओके, बोथ द टाइप्स ऑफ द अर्थक्वेक मध्ये पूर्ण तुमचं स्लीप असेल, त्या ठिकाणी डाईक असेल. दीज आर दी स्लीप अगेन डाईक अगेन डीप. ओके, फॉल्ट असेल, रप्चर असेल. दीज ऑल आर द पॅरामीटर्स विच आर ऍज अ जिओलॉजिकल पॅरामीटर्स. हे काय होणार आहे त्या ठिकाणी जनरेट होणार आहेत बिकॉज ऑफ द अर्थक्वेक ओनली. The sleep generated at the fault during earthquake is along both vertical and the horizontal direction. Horizontal direction असेल आणखी vertical direction असेल. इन बोथ डिरेक्शन वेगवेगळ्या टाइपचे काय होणार त्या ठिकाणी स्लीप डेव्हलप होणार आहेत. नंतर डाईक त्या ठिकाणी डेव्हलप होऊ शकतं, डीप. ओके, सो दीज आर दी हॉरिझॉन्टल डिरेक्शन आहेत. इट इज नोन ऍज अ स्लीप. अगेन डीप. These are the geological parameters are coming here as far as the earthquake concern. Now, most important point from this we have to study about the point number 1 from the syllabus, that is the terminology of earthquake. But whatever we have discussed, that all points you should know as far as the earthquake engineering concern. Okay, कारण तुमची this is the first time your examination, that is offline examination. So you should know all the parameters. They can ask each and every question. So each and every point is most important over here. So you should you don't focus